Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji. प्रभु जी आपका माइक्रोफोन म्यूट है प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare
Dandavad.
Krishna Prabhu ji, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you very, very much Prabhu ji for joining us this evening. It's an honor Prabhu ji to have you with us this evening. There are devotees joining us. We just finished our programs, so some devotees are reaching home and stuff. So, but we have so many devotees already joined us on Facebook, about 15 of them. So I'll give a quick introduction, Prabhuji, and then we will start the session. So thank you all for joining us this evening on this auspicious occasion of Shivratri, Mahashivratri. I don't have good words to say or, how I'm feeling right now. It's unbelievable. His Grace Mohan Rupa Prabhu is with us. Just a brief introduction to Prabhuji. His Grace Mohan Rupa Prabhuji is a prominent leader of ISKCON's well-known temple in Delhi and is currently serving ISKCON Delhi as the temple president. His Grace Mohan Rupa Prabhu was introduced to ISKCON in 1990 when he first came across Bhagavad Gita as it is presented by one of his distant family member. Since till then and now, for last 30 years, he has been dedicating his life and soul for spreading Krishna consciousness to thousands of souls out there. He has also trained many devotees by being their mentor, counselor, and amongst many of them, there are so many, but to name some of them, one of them very well known, His Grace Amoglila Prabhu, he got his training, or, Mohan Rupa Prabhu was his trainer or mentor. I'm sure you all have listened to, I'm sure you have all listeners today must have come across his viral YouTube videos that we often watch on ISKCON Desire Tree, on My Ashraya, or on ISKCON Delhi Live. And this is how we have come across knowing Mohan Rupa Prabhu through lectures. Without any further taking precious time, I would like to give away this platform to Prabhuji. And I hope this evening we get something good out of today's session. Very important session, Shiv Tattva. Devotees in ISKCON, often we practice four regulative principles. We have mentors, but we often come across this situation where when it comes to worshipping or respecting Lord Shiva, we have some misconceptions. And what should we do as an ISKCON devotee? How far can we go? What are the do's and don'ts? So I hope Prabhuji can frame it very nicely today and give it to us. All to you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining once again. Hare Krishna.
First of all, I'll thank all the devotees at ISKCON Calgary, and I'm not so big as you think. So I'm just an insignificant servant of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, our beloved spiritual master, and also all glories and all credit goes to our founder Acharya's Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. All credits goes to them only. We are just trying to chew the remnants, their remnants, whatever they are giving us, we are trying to present that and trying to purify us. It's for our purification. We try to spread the glories of the Lord. So today I'm supposed to speak about Lord Shiva, Shiv Tattva. It's very, very complicated, Lord Shiva, Shiv Tattva. So please bless me so that I can speak something about Lord Shiva. And I seek his mercy also. Today is Mahashivratri. All glories to Lord Shiva. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you once again for attending this lecture here. And so we are both in Calgary and also as in Delhi. So we'll try to speak about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is neither Vishnu Tattva nor Jiv Tattva. Okay. So this is evident in the scriptures like Brahma Samhita. This is a famous verse. Everyone knows this verse. Spoken by Lord Brahma. Shiram yatha dadhi vikara vishesha yoga sanjayate nahi tataha pratagasti hetu yah shambhutam api tatha samupetya karyat govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. What does it mean? It says just as the milk is transformed into curd by the action of acids, but yet the effect curd is neither same nor different from its cause, like milk. So I adored the primeval Lord Govinda, of whom the state of Shambhu is a transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. So Lord Shiva is milk, but also not milk. Because curd is actually basically milk, but still not milk. Okay, from milk you can make curd, from milk you can make butter, from milk you can make ghee, but from curd you can't make milk. Right? That is why this example is given. So this shows the Lord Shiva is simultaneously one and different from the Lord. This is, you can say, another Achinta Bheda Bhed Tattva. Simultaneously one and different from the Lord. So one in the sense that basically is expansion of the Lord, is coming from the Lord, and the Lord Shiva is not very, very easy to understand, very, very difficult. There are some tattvas in our scriptures, very, very difficult to understand. One is Shiva Tattva. So Shiv Tattva, we'll try to understand. And Shiv Tattva in this material world as Rudra expansion, and also Sadashiv, who's in the spiritual world, or who's in the Vaikuntha. Rather, he's between the spiritual world and the material world, Sadashiv. And Lord Shiva, the expansion of Sadashiv, as Rudra expansion. So there are 11 expansions, Rudra expansions in this material cosmic manifestation. And he's in charge of the mode of ignorance. He's not in the mode of, he's not in the ignorance, but he's in charge of the mode of ignorance. We have to be very, very clear. Sometimes we see in the Lord Shiva smoking ganja or smoking, hookah or something like that. So there is a lot of misconception about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva never smokes ganja. Lord Shiva is transcendental personality, and he's always glorifying Lord Sankarshan. There is a Varsha that's called Ilavarta Varsha. So in the Ilavarta Varsha, Lord Shiva is the, you can say, the prominent resident of that Varsha. There are 9 Varshas of Jambudvi. So one of the Varshas is Ilavarta Varsha. So Lord Shiva glorifies there Mahasankarshan. Lord Shiva, his presiding deity, his own deity is Shankarshan. So Sankarshan, he worshipped Lord Sankarshan. And if you see the snake around his neck, around Lord Shiva's neck, that snake is actually representing Sankarshan. Because Sankarshan is Nagaraj. He is in charge of all these snakes. And if you worship Lord Shiva, you can become free from the influence of snakes, There is one small incident I would just like to narrate and share with all of you. Recently, what happened before this, during the lockdown, because our temple was closed, very much closed, and nothing was very active, and all our departments were also closed. Suddenly, what happened? A lot of snakes started coming in the temple. Yes, in our main prasadam hall, near our ashram, outside the temple hall, near the garden, many areas we found a lot of snakes, and our devotees got scared. It was looking like a snake house rather than like a temple, Everywhere there were snakes, and snakes were very, very poisonous. Very huge, big snakes, cobra size. So what happened? We were thinking what to do now. Whether to kill these snakes, it's not good. How many snakes we can kill like this? One snake is, 2 snakes is there. And every second day you find so many snakes. It becomes very difficult to kill the snakes, And snakes are very, very poisonous and difficult to handle also the snakes. So one Brajvasi who stays in the Braj, so I knew him and I just spoke to him. What do you do in Braj? He said in Braj we get a lot of snakes there. And what we do is we go to Lord Shiva and we worship the Shivlinga. We pour milk on Lord Shiva. Okay. And then we tie up a sacred thread around Shivlinga and pray to Lord Shiva, please help us, please protect us from these snakes. So we have a Lord Shiva temple. You will see wherever, especially in India, wherever there is Radha Krishna temple or Lord Vishnu temple nearby, there will be Lord Shiva temple. Somewhere there will be there nearby, Lord Shiva temple will be there, or Shivling will be there. So we have a Lord Shiva temple very close to our temple. And we went there. And although that temple pujari was not allowing all the devotees to go and come there because of the lockdown corona. So few of us went there and we poured milk on Lord Shiva, Shivalinga, and we tied up the thread around Lord Shiva. You won't believe, within 2 days, all the snakes disappeared. Yes, not even one snake is there now. There's almost like last 4 or 5 months. But I don't know now because the summer has started. I don't know whether the snake will come back. So we'll again worship Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva basically likes devotees to come. He likes devotees should come and do kirtan before him. So maybe it's Lord Shiva's arrangement that he sent a lot of snakes there, Lord snakes here, so that we go there and chant the Mahamantra and do kirtan there before Lord Shiva. Maybe that was his plan, whatever. So we got Lord Shiva's mercy like that. So this is one small incident I just wanted to share with you. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nimna Ganam Yatha Ganga Devanam Achyuto Yatha Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu Puranam Idam Tatha. So just as the Ganga is the greatest of all the rivers, Lord Achyuta is the supreme among the deities, and Shambhu, Lord Shiva, the greatest of Vaishnavas. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all the Puranas. So Lord Shiva is very, very merciful. He's also called Ashutosh. Ashutosh means he can become angry very quickly and he become very, very satisfied also very quickly, becomes very happy also quickly with us. So you have to be very, very careful dealing with Lord Shiva. But for the devotees, he is always merciful. And he says that I am ready to give anything and everything to the Vaishnava, to the devotees of the Lord. So that is one thing. Lord Shiva is very, very happy and satisfied with the devotee. There is, of course, you know about Navadip. Today I would like to narrate some pastimes which was there in Navadip and also Vrindavan. So there's two places how Lord Shiva resides there as Kshetrapal, and how Lord Shiva is glorifying Gauranga, how Lord Shiva is actually glorifying Krishna in Braj. So that we'll try to understand. Lord Shiva, being the greatest of the Vaishnavas, is also always chanting and remembering the glories of the Lord. So let us go to Navadip first and try to understand his role in Navadip, how Lord Shiva is glorifying Gauranga in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Dham, Sri Navadip Dham, because Gaur Purnima is very, very nearby, very close to us. So I thought, we should glorify Lord Shiva in Navadip Dham, Sri Dham, Mayapur, and other islands of Navadip. So Navadip Mandal is basically the middle part of the God Mandal. Okay. And Navadip has got 9 islands. 9 islands. And the middle part of Navadip is called Antardvip. Antardvip. So we'll go one by one in each island and try to understand Lord Shiva in each island, how Lord Shiva is residing in Navadip and glorifying Lord Gauranga. Okay. So this is about the Antardvip part. Antardvip, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the middle of Antardvip at Yogapit at Jagannath Mishra's house. So Kshetrapal Mahadev, he has been residing in Mayapur since the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Narahari Chakravarti Thakur, in his book Bhakti Ratnakar, he explains, यही नवदीपे क्षेत्रपाल शिव होय अपार महिमा लिंग रूप विलास है नाचिले न प्रभुर कीर्तन मूर्ति धरी तार अभिलाष पूर्ण कोयला गौर हरि. What does it mean? It means unlimitedly glorious Kshetrapal Shiva stays in Navadip and displays the pastimes in the form of linga to dance in the kirtan of Gaur Hari Prabhu. He assumed his original form, and thus Mahaprabhu fulfilled all his desires. So there are 2 Shivlingas of Kshetrapal Mahadev, which is present at the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you go to the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you will see just where Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Mata is seated, just at the back of that place, there is Shivling. 2 Shivlingas are there, one big and one small. And these were installed by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yes. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur got this Shivlinga from where? There is a place nearby, which is very, very nearby to Yogapit. It's called Shiver Darbar or Shivdoba. In this place called Lord Shivdoba, there used to be Lord Shiva's temple during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. Now the temple is not visible there. And therefore, later on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur discovered Shivalinga. There are 2 Shivalingas there at Shivdoba. And then he got those Shivalingas and installed at Yogapit. So this is how the Kshetrapal Shiva is there at Yogapit. And then it said, there is a prayer which says, O he Kshetrapal Shiva Tumi Dayamoy Krishna Bhakti Deha More Lohiya Sadai. What does it mean? O Kshetrapal Shiva, protector of Dham, you are certainly very merciful. Be kind to me. Please give me love for Krishna. So this is how we have to start the Navadip Mandal Parikrama and praying to Lord Shiva, because he gives us the entry to Dham. He is like a security guard of the temple of the Dham. So without his permission, you cannot enter the Dham. So we need his mercy. Even before going to Lord Jagannath at Puri, Nilachal, we have to, it says in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, in his commentary, he says, so before you go to Jagannath Puri, you have to go to Bhubaneswar and have darshan of Lingaraj Mahadev. And you get the blessings of, if you get the blessings of Lord Shiva, Lingaraj Mahadev, then you can move towards Puri to have darshan of Lord Jagannath. So we need blessings of Lord Shiva very much. And then comes another Dweep. This was an Antardweep. Now we are going towards Rudradweep. A part of Rudradweep is very, very close or touches Antardweep. And it's on the eastern bank of the Ganges, eastern side of the Ganges, right? And that is a place where we have our ISKCON. ISKCON temple is located in Rudradweep, because a part of Rudradweep is situated, is also there in the eastern part of the Ganges, right? Which touches actually Antardweep. So Rudradweep, a part of Rudradweep is in also the eastern part, and part of Rudradweep is also there in the western side of the Ganges. Okay. Now what we are going to discuss is about the Rudradweep, which is in the western side of the Ganges. This is how the Navdeep 9 islands are there, and Rudradweep is just west of Antardweep. And the Bhakti Ratnakar, Srila Narhari Chakravarti Thakur explains. It is also quoted in Garga Samhita also. In Garga Samhita, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has stated in Navdeep Dham Mahatmya, he speaks about Neel Lohita. Neel Lohita is the leader of all the Rudras. There are 11 Rudras, 11 Rudra expansions, and the leader of the Rudras is Neel Lohita. And Neel Lohita, Lord Shiva, he is residing in where? He is residing in Rudradweep, along with the 11 Rudras. Right? So he's there. So Garga Samhita explained, Tatha vai uttare dware kshetram syar naila lohitam yatra sakshar mahadevo rajate nila lohita. What does it mean? It says in Garga Samhita, Rudradweep Mahatmya, it is said in the north is a holy place named Nila Lohita Kshetra, where Lord Shiva splendidly manifests as the deity of Neel Lohita. Of course, the deity is not visible now. This deity has disappeared from Rudradweep, but still, Lord Shiva residing there. Of course, we cannot see with him in this with this materialized, but still, Lord Shiva is residing there at Rudradweep with 11 Rudra expansions. And then it says, Neel Lohita lingam tu yatra sampuja yatnataha Aishwarya Matulam Leve Ravano Loka Ravanaha. Or at this play, the demon Raman, who made the entire world scream with grief, worship the linga of Lord Shiva and attain incomparable power and opulence. So Ravan performed austerity at Rudradweep to gain power and opulence at Rudradweep. And then it says, by seeing the deity of Lohita, Nil Lohita, one attains piety 100 times greater than what one attains by going on pilgrimage to Mount Kailash. So you get 100 times more benefit when you visit Rudradweep to have darshan of Nil Lohita there, and than Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash is there where the Mansarovar is situated. So nearby is Lord Shiva's Kailash. Kailash is also there in the heavenly planets. Kailash is also there where Sadashiv, the place where there is a in between the spiritual and the material world where Sadashiv is situated. So Kailash's own dham it also expands with Lord Shiva. So this place Rudradweep is 100 times more powerful than Kailash, Mount Kailash. And then here Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the Navdeep Dham Mahatmya, he further says that Neel Lohita, Lord Shiva, he constantly relishes Gaur Kirtan Rudradweep. Lord Shiva, it's like Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also written a song. What does it say? Brahma bole chaturmukhe Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Mahadeva Panchamukhe Ram Ram Hare Hare. So Brahma with four phases is chanting Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, and Lord Shiva with 5 phases he is chanting Ram Ram Hare Hare. So like this Bhakti Thakur is explaining Navdeep Dham Mahatmya, Lord Shiva Rudra is chanting, he is chanting the holy names of the Lord, he is chanting Gauranga Mahaprabhu's name in Rudradweep. And here, this place, Rudradweep, Lord Chaitanya gave darshan to Lord Shiva. He appeared in Rudradweep. This is a pastime that took place before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Navadvip. Many of the pastimes which are written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Navadvip Mahatmya are the pastime which happened before Mahaprabhu's appearance. So Lord Chaitanya appeared before Lord Shiva and told him very soon he would fulfill the intention of Shiva by appearing in Navadvip and his followers. And Rudradev became pacified and began to further sing the glories of Mahaprabhu. In fact, Sadashiv, it's there mentioned in Gaur Ganesh Vipika, Sadashiv, he appears as Advaita Acharya. And then he also is a part of Panchatattva. And he also glorified Lord Chaitanya. And then in Bhakti Ratnakar, further it says, O Srinivas, this most auspicious place is known as Rudradeep because Rudra displays the pastime of singing the glories of Gauranga Mahaprabhu at this place. If one simply sees this place, then by the mercy of Lord Shiva, one will attain devotion to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Or you may say that we are in Calgary and I am in Delhi, so how we are going to get benefit? Yeah. So Rupa Goswami explains, it is not just to adjust ourselves, but it is a fact. Srila Rupa Goswami explains in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, if you can't physically stay in Dham, one should try to mentally remember the holy Dham. You will get the same benefit. Yes. So it is not that physically only you have to go, then only you will get benefit. If you remember the Dham, especially Navadvip Dham is so merciful, just by remembering Navadvip Dham, by remembering the glories of Navadvip, what will happen? We will get the benefit of staying in the Dham and seeing the Dham. The Dham is very, very purifying. So there is a place called Pel Pukur near Rudradweep. What happened in this Pel Pukur? There were few Brahmanas and they were worshipping Lord Shiva, this place called Bel Pukur. And there is a Mahadev. Mahadev is known as their Panchavaktra Mahadev. Panchavaktra Mahadev means who has got 5 faces. So Panchavaktra Mahadev, he resides at Belapukur. This is a place, the Brahmanas, they worship Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva gave them blessings. What did Lord Shiva say? Do not worry, you will obtain Krishna's service. Within a short time, Krishna will reveal himself in a Brahmin family in Nadia. Right? All of you will take birth. At that time, you will give Lord much pleasure by taking education from him and serving him along with his other devotees. So, because the Brahmanas, they offered the Bale leaves. Bale leaves is very, very dear to Lord Shiva. So, the Brahmanas, they offered Bale leaves to Lord Shiva. That's why this place is called Bilva Paksha or Bel Pukur. Bel Pukur is basically, there is a lake. There is a lake which is called Pukur. Pukur means it's a lake. And so Bel means Bale leaves. And this place is called Bilva Paksha or Bel Pukur. Yeh sthane darshana panchavaktra mahanande milayena parama durlabha gaur chandre. One who had darshan of this greatly blissful Panchavaktra Mahadev in a place, this place will gain the very rare association of Sri Gaurachandra. Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai. So this is how, and also Shankaracharya came here. Adi Shankaracharya also visited Rudradweep. Adi Shankaracharya, who is Lord Shiva himself, who was trying to preach Mayavad, but he was not able to preach Mayavad in Navadvip. Yes, he was told by Lord Chaitanya to leave Navadvip immediately. So what happened? When Adi Shankaracharya, he went to Rudradweep, Lord Chaitanya gave him darshan. And what Lord Chaitanya said, you are my servant. Following my orders, you are effectively preaching the Mayavad doctrine. But as Navadvip Dham is very, very dear to me, the Mayavad philosophy has no place here. Lord Chaitanya said, on my behalf, Vriddha, old age Shiva, and proud Maya, spread the imaginary impersonal interpretation of scriptures, but only to those people who envy the Lord. Since thus Navadip Dham is generally a place for my devotees, not for the envious. You should go somewhere else. Do not contaminate the inhabitants of Navadip. So this was told by Lord Chaitanya to to Adi Shankaracharya. Therefore, you won't see Shankaracharya's Mayavad philosophy in Navadip even today. Right? So Lord Shiva, in the form of Shankaracharya, immediately left that place, and Lord Shiva still resides there as Vriddha Shiva. Vriddha Shiva. Vriddha means old Shiva. So he's known as, I am known as Vriddha Shiva. It's said in one of the tantras, it says, following the Lord's order, I delude the materialistic fool by means of various false scriptures. So this is how Lord Shiva is trying to spread the glories of Lord Chaitanya. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also mentions in Navadip Dham Mahatmya that four acharyas, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, and Vishnu Swami, and also Nimbarka Acharya, four acharya, they visited Navadip Dham. Yes. And in Rudradweep, three acharyas were there. Three acharyas of four sampradayas. Who were the three acharyas? Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, and Vishnu Swami. They all had darshan and instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the three acharyas, except Nimbarka Acharya. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, two of the four sampradayas were established at Rudradweep. Who were the two sampradayas? One was Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, and another sampradaya was Nimbarka Sampradaya. Although Nimbarka Acharya did not have darshan of Lord Chaitanya there, but he was ordered by Lord Shiva to take shelter of the four Kumaras. So that's how the Nimbarka Sampradaya was established there. So Vishnu Swami, when he was on a tour to Navadvip, he visited Rudradweep, and Vishnu Swami was very, very powerful preacher. He was distributing all the opposing philosophy. He spent a time at Rudradweep, and he was chanting and dancing. And Neel Lohita, Lord Shiva was so pleased. In Neel Lohita, Lord Shiva appeared before Vishnu Swami. And what did he say, you know? He said, it's very, very important what Lord Shiva told Vishnu Swami. So that is why Lord Shiva has a Vaishnava Sampradaya. It's also there in Kali Yuga, known as Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. Currently, this Sampradaya is known as Vallabha Sampradaya. Shripad Vallabhacharya is connected to this Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. So what Lord Shiva said, Bado Maga Diba Ami Loya Sodai Vaishnave Ade Mora Kichu Nahi Hoy. What does it mean? This is Bengali. All of you Vaishnavas are very, very dear to me. This is what Lord Shiva said. All of you Vaishnavas are very, very dear to me. Ask me for a boon and I will grant it. There is nothing I will not give to the Vaishnavas. So you have to just ask Lord Shiva, please give us Krishna Bhakti, please give us shelter of Lord Krishna, please help us to advance in spiritual life. Lord Shiva will immediately grant this boon to all the Vaishnavas, to all the devotees of the Lord. So Vishnu Swami was startled. He was in ecstasy to have darshan of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, he requested Lord Shiva to help him establish pure devotional service. And that's how Lord Shiva granted this boon. And thus Vishnu Swami was able to establish Rudra Sampradaya in Kali Yuga. That's how this Sampradaya continued in Kali Yuga through Vishnu Swami, Acharya Vishnu Swami. And Nimbarka Acharya, already mentioned to you, Nimbarka Acharya, and Lord Shiva appeared to him, and Lord Shiva told him to go deeper into the forest of Belpukur and meet the four Kumaras there. Yeah. So then Lord Shiva, by following the instruction of Lord Shiva, Nimbarka Acharya met the four Kumaras and headed by Sanat Kumar, who gave him the Sanat Kumar Samhita. And that's how Nimbarka Acharya established the Nimbarka Sampradaya, which is also known as the Kumar Sampradaya. And then this Rudradweep is a place from where Lord Chaitanya left for Katwa to take sannyas. There is a ghat called in Rudradweep which is called Nidoy Ghat. Nidoy Ghat. Nidoy Ghat means the inhabitants of Navdeep, the Navdeep Vasi, they were so much in grief. They were so distressed seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leaving Navdeep. So they said, Nidoy, Nidoy, this man, this person has no mercy. He's left his wife, he's left Shachi Mata. Nidoy, Nidoy, no daya, no mercy, no mercy. So that particular ghat is known as Nidoy Ghat. From that place, Lord Chaitanya left to Katwa to take up sannyas. Yes. So also, this is something very, very wonderful because our ISKCON temple is also located in Rudradeep, but this is in the eastern side of the Ganges, but still it is Rudradeep. And it says that Sankirtan mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is being spread all over the world from the headquarters of ISKCON located in Lord Shiva's island Rudradeep. See? So this is a connection. We have a connection with Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is very, very merciful to the devotees of ISKCON, to the Sankirtan movement. And then comes the another dweep called Simanthani. Yes, it's also called Simulia. Bhakti Ratnagar says Simulia. So Simulia is a place where amazing pastime took place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what happened is, Lord Shiva was dancing in ecstasy. He was chanting Gauranga, 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 Gaur Hari. Was chanting loudly, dancing and chanting in ecstasy. And huge kirtan was going on. Parvati thought this is not the time for annihilation. Why Lord Shiva dancing like this? So she got scared. What happened? What happened? So Lord Shiva said, this is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. This is the chanting of the holy names, which will inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya Gauranga in Kali Yuga. I was just remembering him. So Parvati, so to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what should I do? Parvati asked. So Parvati was told by Lord Shiva, for that you will have to go to Navadip. So Parvati Devi, she came to this dweep called Simanthani Devi. So she came here, she performed immense austerity to please Lord Gauranga. And Lord Gauranga appeared before Parvati Devi. And what Parvati Devi did? She put his red foot dust on her semen, the parting in her hair, here. Those who have got hair, I don't have hair. So Parvati Devi, she put his red foot dust on her semen, the parting in her hair. And that's how she's also known as Simanthani Devi. Simanthani Devi. So she's residing there. And the place where we have Lord Jagannath's temple at Simanthani, there is a temple nearby, which is part of our temple, part of our ISKCON temple. We have His Holiness Jayapataka Goswami Maharaj has installed a deity called Simanthi Devi and Lord Gauranga. If you go to Mayapur, if you go to this place, Simanthani, you will see, have darshan of Lord Jagannath, and at the back side of Lord Jagannath temple, there is a Simanthani Devi temple, where Simanthani Devi is very sitting at the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga. Very nice, beautiful deity of Lord Gauranga is there. And also, Lord Shiva is also residing there as Shivalinga. Yes, Swayambhu naturally manifested or manifested by himself there as a Shivalinga, which is there exactly where the Lord Jagannath's temple is there, underneath a tree. A huge tree is there. Underneath that tree, there is a Lord Shiva's deity. Lord Shiva, Shivalinga is there. So Lord Shiva is residing there. And then let us go to Godrum Dweep now. Godrum Dweep. Godrum Dweep is also at the eastern side of the Ganges. And Godrum Dweep is a place where there is a Bhajan Kutir and the residence of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So in Godrum Dweep, there is a place called Harihar Kshetra. Hari and Har. Harihar. So Hari is Vishnu and Har is Lord Shiva. So this is a half white and half black deity, very, very heavy deity. And this deity resides there. And this is to show, and this was manifested by Lord Vishnu himself. It's a combined form of Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. And Lord Vishnu created this deity himself. Yeah. He created half black, half Vishnu deity to show how dear and inseparable Lord Shiva is to him. So just to show the Lord Shiva, how Lord Shiva is so dear. Sometimes we see Lord Shiva is put on equal footing with Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu. Many places we will see in the scriptures also. What is the reason behind this? The reason is because Lord Shiva is very dear to Lord Krishna. That is the only reason. Just like even in Guru Ashtakam, which we sing every day during the Mangalarti time, we say Saksha Dharitvena Samasta Shastre Uktasthata Bhavet Eva Sadbhi Kintu Prabhorya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guroha Shri Charanaravindam. Why? We are putting spiritual master on equal footing with Lord Hari. We are saying spiritual master is as good as Hari. Why? Because Kintu Prabhorya Priya Eva Tasya. Because very dear to the Supreme Lord. That is why. Right? Like just like Krishna has become a charioteer, he has become Partha Sarthi. So similarly, here also we see Lord Shiva is put on equal footing with Lord Hari, and there is a deity Hari Har Kshetra. This place there is a deity of Hari Har. Where if you go there, you can have darshan of Hari Har. And this place is also known as Mahakashi, which is very similar to Kashi. And this Mahakashi, there is a river flowing there, Alaknanda. And Mahakashi is very powerful place, right? And Lord Shiva left Kashi and he took shelter of this Mahakashi in Godrum Dweep, Harihar Kshetra. And this place is very powerful. And it is said, if you leave the body here at Mahakashi, what will happen? You know, the living entities are delivered by Lord Shiva, who chants the names of Gauranga into their ears. If you go to Banaras, Kashi, there is a ghat called Manikarnika Ghat. If you leave the body there, Lord Shiva personally comes and he chants the name of Lord Ram into your ears. So Lord Shiva will chant Ram, Ram, Ram when you are leaving the body. If you leave the body there at Manikarnika Ghat at Kashi. So similarly here, Lord Shiva, if you leave body in Harihar Kshetra, where Lord Shiva is also residing, he will chant the names of Gauranga, 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 Gauranga into your ears. See, Lord Shiva will help you to remember Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then let us go to Nadhyadeep. Madhyadeep is a place which is very similar to Naimisharanya. All the holy places are situated in Navadip. So there is a Naimisharanya also in Navadip, in Madhyadweep, where Lord Shiva came to know that Srila Sud Goswami is addressing to the sages, to the 88,000 sages, and is speaking to them, Gaur Bhagwat. Yes, like here Naimisharanya, which is very near to Lucknow, Srila Sud Goswami spoke Srimad Bhagavatam, is it not? So similarly, Srila Sud Goswami in Navadvip, in Madhyadvip, he spoke Gaur Bhagwat to the sages. And Lord Shiva came to know this. He was residing in Kailash. He was in his own abode. And he came to know that Srila Sud Goswami is speaking Gaur Bhagwat. So he had an intense desire to come from there and to listen to Srila Sud Goswami, to hear from Sud Goswami. But what to do? He has his own carrier. He has got his own carrier bull, Nandi. And Nandi is very slow moving. It doesn't go very fast. It is not like a jumbo jet or it's not like a rocket. It goes very slow. You have seen Nandi? Nandi means bull. Bull walks very slow. In India, you can see. You will not be able to see there, but you can see a lot of bulls around here moving very slow. So Nandi walks very slow. Lord Shiva thought, if I go on my Nandi, then I will not be able to reach where Madhudweep is very far away. So he went to Brahma and requested Lord Brahma, oh Brahma, please share your vehicle with me. Please provide your vehicle. Your vehicle, your carrier, Hans is very fast moving. So I want to take, please help me to take this Hans Vahan. I want to go on this, I want to ride on this. So Lord Shiva, he practically lied down on the Hansa, the carrier of Lord Brahma, and then because the Hansa moves very fast, very, very fast. So Lord Shiva thought, if I sit on the Hansa, I will fall down. Right. So Lord Shiva, he lied down like this. So there is a deity of Hanswahan in Madhyadweep. Yes. And there is a Gomti river was also flowing there. Earlier they used to put that Lord Shiva's deity, Hanswahan deity, inside their water, Gomti river. And once in a year, during March and April, Chaitra Mas, March and April, they would take out the deity and put that inside one hut, small temple, where they would keep the deity for 3 days and bathe the deities continuously. And local people, they would come for darshan and offer flowers and offer puja. So, but now what happened? Once the deity got stolen, so somehow or other they got the deity back, and now they have installed the deity inside that hut, taken out from that river, is no longer inside the river now. Now it is practically visible there. You can have darshan there in that small hut as you enter Madhyadweep. Yes. And the amazing fact of this deity is that what happened at one time, this is a real incident. See how Lord Shiva approved the you can say the significance, or you can say the approved the potency of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement, which is going to spread all over the world. So His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj went there. So what local people used to do on a special day, that used to be a special festival day, where everyone would come and they would offer some flowers. And if you are asking for some blessings, if you are asking for a boon, and what will do, you offer some flowers, is it not? And if Lord Shiva has agreed to that, if Lord Shiva has heard your prayers, and if that prayer is going to happen, if he's going to listen to your prayers and agree to your prayers, and if you're going to get that blessing, what will happen? As soon as you put the flowers on Shivlinga, what will happen is the flowers will pop up like this. Yes, immediately pop up. So His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he was praying to Lord Shiva, and he was praying, oh Lord Shiva, I just want to know whether the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will spread all over the world as predicted in Chaitanya Bhagavat. In every town and village, my holy name will be praised. Will this happen through ISKCON? Will this happen through ISKCON? So His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj was praying like that, and he offered the flowers on the Shivlinga. And what happened, immediately the flowers started popping up like this. Yes, it's a fact. So this is a real incident. And this is how Lord Shiva resides in Navadvip. Now, I'll just narrate one pastime of Lord Shiva in Braj, right? Now we spoke about Navadvip. Now let us try to enter Brajdha. Brajdha Vrindavan ki jai. So Lord Shiva here resides as Gopeshwar Mahadev. Gopeshwar Mahadev. So there is a story behind this, and we like to narrate this story. And this is a pastime from Garga Samhita. So Lord Shiva in his abode, he was able to hear the sweet note, flute. He was able to hear the sound of the flute in his abode, which Krishna was playing in Vrindavan. And Vrindavan, there is a place in Braj which is called Man Sarovar, where this pastime took place. And Krishna there, he was getting ready to dance with the gopis. Right? So what happened is, when he came to the gateway, so Lord Shiva, he heard the flute sound and he wanted to go there in that direction. So Lord Shiva came here to Mansarovar. And he wanted to see the pastime. What pastime? Lord Krishna was about to dance with the gopis Rasa Leela. Yes, but no entry in that Rasa Leela. No other male person is allowed to enter. Male person means with the Purush Bhav. Purush Bhav means I am the enjoyer. If I think that I am the enjoyer, you can't enter the Ras Leela. I can't enter the Ras Leela. So Yogamaya, she was stationed there as gatekeeper. She told him immediately when Yogamaya saw Lord Shiva, "Sir, who are you?" He said, "I am Lord Shiva. I want to see the Rasa Leela. I want to have darshan of Radha Krishna." Yogamaya said, "No males except Krishna are allowed here. No other male is allowed entry. First, you must have your gopi roop. You must have a form of gopi. Then only you can enter here. Otherwise, get out. No entry." So Lord Mahadev asked, "How can I get gopi roop?" So Lord Shiva asked Yogamaya, "How can I get your gopi roop?" So Yogamaya said, "Take shelter of Vrinda Devi." Right? So she will grant you the form of gopi. And Vrinda Devi instructed, now Lord Shiva approached Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi instructed you take bath in the waters of Manasarovar. So Lord Shiva took bath there. After bathing there, Shivji came out of the water with the form of beautiful gopi. Yes. So Lord Shiva, he got the form of gopi. So Lord Shiva is there also in Vrindavan as gopi. So Vrindavan Devi, she took Lord Shiva in her gopi form to one corner of the Ras Leela Sthali. And Lord Shiva stood there and was praying to Radha and Krishna. "Please give me devotion to your lotus feet, O Radha, O Krishna." And then Krishna came before the new gopi and said, "O Gopeshwar, O Gopeshwar, I am very much pleased to see you in the form of a gopi. I give you the blessings. So all the gopi will offer respects to you." And then what happened? Hearing Krishna's words, Radha became very, very angry. So that is why this place is also called Man Sarovar. She exhibited Man. She was very, very angry. "Who is she? Till today you have never addressed me as Gopishwar, but now you are addressing this nice looking lady as such. This is a great insult. I will leave this Ras dance immediately." So Radharani became very, very angry to see a new lady coming in as Gopishwar. Who is this Gopishwar? I am supposed to be the Gopishwar. You never address me as Gopishwar. I am actually the leader of the gopis, and you are calling somebody else. Who is this? And Krishna caught her hand and spoke to her and said, "Please listen, this is not a gopi. This is Lord Shiva himself, Mahadev. And I offer to Gopeshwar Mahadev, I offer him respects as the Rakshak, as the protector of the holy Dham. And all of you should daily worship Lord Shiva as Gopeshwar." So from that time on, Gopeshwar is worshipped in Vrindavan in the form of Shivalinga. And it is said in by Narhari Chakravarti Thakur also in Bhakti Ratnakar, it says, "Ki apurva shobha ye vanera bhitar gunatit linga rupa nam Gopeshwar." How wonderfully beautiful in this place in the forest. Here Lord Gopeshwar Shiva is manifested as a link beyond the touch of material nature's mode. So this is Gopeshwar Mahadev, and Lord Shiva is residing like this in Braj in many places. As Kameshwar Mahadev, Kamevan, and many other places. If you go to Radha Kund, if you enter Radha Kund, before entering Radha Kund, there is Kundeshwar Mahadev, and at Nanda Maharaj's place, at Nandagaon, residing in Nandeshwar Mahadev. So Lord Shiva is everywhere you will find in Braj. Yes. In Braj, you will find him everywhere. You will find him everywhere in Navadip Dham. So we really need mercy of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is very, very merciful also. Right? He has got two kinds of mercy. Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj used to say, Lord Shiva exhibits two kinds of mercy. One is called the Sakapat Kripa, and another is called the Nishkapat Kripa. A mercy with duplicity, and there is a mercy without duplicity. What kind of mercy you need? I think you all need mercy without duplicity. Is it okay or not? Or you need mercy with duplicity? Mercy with duplicity means you will get profit, distinction, adoration. You will get money, wealth, followers. Everyone will try to follow you. You will become famous. You'll become wealthy, right? You'll become strong. So all this opulences will come to you, but this is actually not the mercy of Lord Shiva. This is called what? Sakapat Kripa. This is called the mercy with duplicity. So all class of people worship Lord Shiva. Even the ghosts and spirit, because they are also part of Lord Shiva's huge, they are the entourage of Lord Shiva. So they are also there. The ghosts and the spirits who are in the mode of ignorance, they also worship Lord Shiva. And those who are hankering for good husband or good wife, they worship Shankar and Umapati, Mahadev, and Parvati. They worship Lord Shiva and Parvati in that form. And those who want Nishkapat Kripa, mercy without duplicity, what they will get is, they will get pure devotional service. Is it not? So we have to approach Lord Shiva to ask him for pure devotional service, and we are sure the Lord Shiva will really bless us with pure devotional service. And because he's very, very merciful, he is Ashutosh. And today, because being Shivratri, I don't know the other details of why it is known as Shivratri, but I found in Hari Bhakti Vilas, which says that on the Shivratri day, what he does is, and during the night time, Lord Shiva, he personally enters in all the Shivlingas on this earthly planet. Wherever Lord Shiva is, Shivlinga is there. So Lord Shiva personally enters his linga on the Shivratri during the night time. This is what stated in Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is quoted from Skanda Puran. Another place I saw, I could not get a scriptural quote, but I read somewhere, it says that today in the heavenly planets, Lord Shiva, he dances, he performs a dance. So that's what it said about Shivratri. So this is something I just try to explain about Lord Shiva, Shiv Tattva. Today being his day, Shivratri. So we try to ask for his blessings and for his Nishkapat Kripa, mercy without duplicity, so that we can advance in Krishna consciousness in spiritual life. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions you have?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Just if you can, Prabhuji, quickly cover the do's and don'ts of Shivratri. What, as a Krishna consciousness devotee, how far can they go? Can they offer milk? Not? Should they go to the Shiva temple? Should they be an Abhishek ceremony in the temple? Things like this, you know.
If you have a Shiva Linga in the temple, then you, of course, you should offer flowers and milk, Abhishek with milk and water. You should offer that to Lord Shiva, offer flowers, and give Mahaprasad of Lord Krishna. You have a deities at the temple, and you offer Radha Krishna Mahaprasad to Lord Shiva as Mahaprasad, and the devotees can take Mahaprasad. Like if you go to Jagannath Puri, there is a Lingaraj Mahadev temple, and nearby there is Ananta Vasudev temple. So they offer the food to Ananta Vasudev, who's Vishnu, and that Mahaprasad comes to Lingaraj Mahadev. So similarly, we see at Jagannath Puri also, Lord Jagannath's Mahaprasad comes to, first of all, Bimla Devi, and we devotees get Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath. So similarly, if you have a Shivling at home or in temple, we should offer to Krishna first, Radha Krishna, and that Mahaprasad should be given to Lord Shiva, and then becomes Mahaprasad. We should also offer flowers, and we can do Abhishek also, Shivlinga, there's no harm in that. And then we offer prayers. There are nice prayers which is there in, there is a scriptural written by Murari Gupta, I think it is Chaitanya Charitra Mahakavya, and in that book there is a prayer called Shivastakam, or you can search in the Google, you can find Shivastakam prayers by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered these prayers when he went to Kashi at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Lord Chaitanya danced there and he offered prayers. Those prayers called Shivastakam. So we can offer Lord Shiva by glorifying Lord Shiva by reciting the prayers which was spoken by Lord Chaitanya himself, Shivastakam. So this is what we can do. And if you want to fast, we don't have officially, this is not a fasting day for us. We can have nice prasadam, no problem. But if you want to fast personally, without publicity, you can do that also. There's no harm in that. That is up to you. Okay. But of course, we don't promote that. We don't publicize that. We don't have that in our calendar also. And we can have nice prasadam today. and we can offer prayers and we can seek blessing from Lord Shiva. That's all. Simple.
Sorry, Prabhuji, there is a question. They say we often see in ISKCON temples when some temples do follow this procedure of offering flowers and Abhishek ceremony of Lord Shiva. But devotees often practice not to even visit the temple on those days. Is it an offense?
Yeah, if you are insulting Lord Shiva by not offering flowers and not offering milk, of course that is an offense. For we have to be clear with our conception. Lord Shiva is not on equal footing with Lord Krishna, and Lord Shiva is also Vaishnava. Keeping in this mind, if the concepts are clear, there is no harm in offering flowers or milk to Lord Shiva and offering respect to him. In fact, we should do that. Once, what happened, I heard from Sulan Navindra Swami Maharaj, he was saying that once what happened, two devotees went to Lord Shiva's temple, and one of them paid obeisances, another one did not pay obeisances. And the other devotee said, why you are paying obeisance to Lord Shiva? He's a demigod. Prabhupada said this. So he came back to Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, a devotee, I went with him to Lord Shiva's temple and he told me not to pay obeisances. He said it's an offense. He's a demigod. And he quoted you. He said, you said this. Prabhupada said, who is this rascal? I never said this. I never said that. So Prabhupada said, we should offer respect even to an ant. And Prabhupada said, what to speak of Lord Shiva? Okay. So if our concepts are clear, then there's no problem at all. But if you think Lord Shiva is also on equal footing, and we can also say, we can also offer prayers like to Lord Shiva saying that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then that is actually not an respect. Prabhupada said this is an insult to Lord Shiva. Because Lord Shiva knows that he is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And you are saying you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's an insult. Like if you offer prayers and if you glorify a constable, saying that you are the Director General of the police, right? You are the police commissioner. Please accept this garland. So this is an insult to that constable in one way. So like that.
Yes, Rishabh, you can go ahead, ask a question now. Devotees can raise their hands so that I can see, and when I call your name, you can ask your question, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat. Thank you so much for the amazing lecture. Prabhuji, just one question. So I've heard a lot of people, they say that Lord Shiva is into intoxication, is into, he takes bhang and ganja, and I know you mentioned it initially, but where did this come up from? Like, I'm not too sure. Why do people have these conceptions? So how can I kind of explain to them if they ask me this next time?
Frankly speaking, I have no idea how this started. But as far as the scripture is concerned, nowhere it's mentioned that Lord Shiva smokes ganja and bidi and hookah, all those things. So this is just to support their own views. Those who are in the mode of ignorance, those who like to smoke ganjas, so they want to confirm that and they want to authenticate it by saying Lord Shiva also does that. You know, like just like, for example, there is a place nearby. There is a temple of, there's a I don't remember which temple it is, Mahakaleshwar or some temple. Some temple is there of Lord Shiva, where they also offer liquor. Yeah, there is even there in the old fort area in Delhi itself, there is a temple, and where people come and they offer liquor. Because they want to drink liquor, so they want to support their views. Because people want to eat meat, they all want to offer goat to Kali. Now, Prabhupada says when you offer goat to Kali, what Kali does? She gives it to Lord Shiva. That's an etiquette because Shiva has her husband. So she prays to Lord Shiva, oh Lord Shiva, this is my devotee. He has offered goat to you. Please accept. Lord Shiva, what nonsense. I will never accept this goat meat. So what does Lord Shiva give? Says, you give it to my ghosts and spirits. So though that meat that offered, goat is offered to the ghosts and spirit. So the prasad which people get, it is actually the prasadam, not prasadam exactly, the remnants of ghosts and spirits, not from Lord Shiva. This is actually explained by Lord Srila Prabhupada in Srimad Bhagavatam. So similarly, if we smoke ganja, so maybe it's given to ghosts and spirits. But not to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is nothing to do with smoking and ganja and all those things. And I don't know how it started. Okay. Hare
Sure.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, sorry, just one more question. If we ask Lord Shiva for any material benefit, for example, if I don't have a job and I ask him that, if I get a job, I can use some of the money which I get through my job for donation towards the temple. Is that wrong? I mean, if you're thinking that if I get some material benefit which will help me to progress in my spiritual life, is that something we should not ask?
One disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada. He was saying that Prabhupada in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion, I read that one should worship Lord Ganesh before worshipping anyone else. So should we start worshipping Lord Ganesh? Prabhupada said, yes, you can worship Lord Ganesh, provided you give me $10,000 every month. If you can do that, it's very nice, because you're going to get something for Lord Ganesh. So similarly, if you want to worship Lord Shiva so that you can get a good job and then get good salary and then you can give good donation to Krishna, if that happens, then it's okay. But most of the time what will happen, if you get something for Lord Shiva, there is a possibility that you may not remember to give donation to Krishna. There is a possibility. So that is why better to ask, even if you want to ask something material, let us go to Lord Krishna himself. He will purify us. By giving us, he will purify us also. Krishna will give us in such a way that he will purify also. We will not get entangled. Lord Krishna is actually very, very merciful. All right.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Pran Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam everyone, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Your class is very wonderful, very nicely explained. So my question is, actually two questions. First question is something like, Lord Shiva also gave moksha, liberation. If yes, so what type of liberation?
As far as I read in Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Prabhupada himself in the purport, he says, Mukti Pradata Vishurevana Samshayaha. This is spoken by Lord Shiva. And Prabhupada says that liberation can be given only by Vishnu or Krishna. Lord Shiva can help us to get liberation. He doesn't personally liberate, but he can help us to get liberation. Therefore, there is a sampradaya called Rudra Sampradaya, or we can approach Lord Shiva to get pure devotional service. That he can do. So in that way, he is helping us to get liberation. So he is himself not liberating, but he is opening the doors to liberation. So that is also as good as giving liberation in that way. Right? What Prabhupada says in the purport in Bhagavad Gita, it says that mukti dadati na eva samshaya. So Vishnu, so he said that the liberation is given by Lord Vishnu, but Lord Shiva is helping us to get liberation by giving us pure devotional service to the Lord.
Okay.
So that way he's giving us liberation.
Nice. Second question is, it is okay to, in temple, if your curtain is open, Abhishek is Lord Shiva Abhishek in front of Krishna deity?
Good question. Where can we do Lord Shiva's Abhishek in front of
Krishna, open
Krishna?
curtain.
There's no harm as such. See, it all depends upon what conception we have. Same thing, you know. But if you do offer Abhishek, if you do Abhishek of Shivalinga or Shiva deity before Lord Krishna, thinking that Lord Shiva is an independent personality of Godhead or supreme personality of Godhead, then will become offense. But you have this conception that he's a pure devotee of the Lord, he's the greatest of all the Vaishnavas. We are offering respect to Lord Shiva by offering Abhishek, by offering puja, then there is no harm in this. Just like we offer puja to Srila Prabhupada every day. In front of the deities only we do. So we can do that, but with proper conception.
Normally, how they doing temple?
Of course, in our temple, we don't have Lord Shiva's linga or deity. But some temples they have. Like in Gurgaon, we have one Lord Shiva's Shivalinga. which is outside the temple, not inside the temple. And in Faridabad temple, we have another Shivlinga, which is outside the temple hall. So then there is no problem at all. They also do like that only.
Thank you. Wonderful. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji. Krishna Kshatriya Prabhu, if you want to ask, or I can ask for you. Okay, his question is on Mahashivratri, Lord Shiva himself chanting Mahamantra.
Of course, he's always chanting Mahamantra. Not only on Shivratri day, but every day he's chanting Mahamantra. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's every day he's chanting Mahamantra, Lord Shiva. 24 hours. Even Brahma, Lord Brahma, I heard from His Grace Gopi Pranadhan Prabhu. Gopi Pranadhan Prabhu said Brahma, he performs the daily duties only up to 8 o'clock. Up to 8 o'clock only. And whole day is busy with his own bhajan. He's just chanting and hearing about the Lord and glorifying the Lord. That's all. His job is only up to 8 a.m. So he doesn't actually gets involved in the day-to-day affairs of the management of the universe. So he's also got delegation. So he just oversees, supervisor till 8 o'clock in the morning. And after that, he is absorbed in his own hearing and chanting. So similarly, Lord Shiva is always absorbed 24 hours a day. In fact, Lord Brahma told him when Rudra appeared from his eyebrows, Lord Shiva, and he started, becoming very, very wise. So Brahma told Lord Shiva to just perform austerity, sit at one place, wait till the time of annihilation. So from that day on, Lord Shiva is just meditating and chanting the names of the Lord. That's all. That's the only business he has.
Raj Prabhu, Raj Kakkar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dharma Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Very nice class, Prabhuji. In fact, I was waiting for, again, for stories of Chitrabhanu and Vishnu, Shivji drink all the poison. But yeah, you took it another place directly to Mayapur. That's great. Yeah, never heard of some of the stories. Very, very nice class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah. Prabhuji, one small question. Before, like as a Hindu, we start, if we don't know ISKCON, let's say, if we don't read Srila Prabhupadaji books, which are great books, thanks to him, he gave us all this knowledge. For us, like Vishnu is Bhagwan and Shivji is Bhagwan, you go to Shivji Parvati Mandir and all that stuff. So how come this knowledge is not distributed as well in India, which they should know, like everybody in India should know how it comes in Bhagavatam? It's very clear, Karanodakshai, Garbhodakshai under Krishna, and then comes Durga Mataji and when Shivji.
So India is a place where a lot of khichdi is available. Khichdi. And also mixed fruit jam and mixed vegetable. Everything is available. So there are so many notions, so many philosophy and so many ideas. So nobody is clear what they are doing. They are doing some puja in the temples, offering some lamb and blowing some conch, but there is no philosophy at all. Right? There is a temple nearby, just behind the temple. We have a Lord Shiva temple there, nearby, small temple. And there, every day they will play. Their Lord Shiva's Aarti is going on. They will play this Sham Khatu. You know Sham Khatu? It's very famous Sham Khatu. So they will sing some song of Sham Khatu before Lord Shiva. I don't know what is the connection with that. So like that, people have no conception. They have no philosophy what they are doing. And that is why all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So that is the reason Srila Prabhupada, if he had not written these books, if he had not published these books, we will also be in dark. We would have also the same problem with what people have, right? Before coming to ISKCON, what was our situation? This was the same situation. We had no philosophy, no understanding, nothing. Everyone is one, same. Don't offend anyone. You should offer puja to anyone and everyone. All are equal. Hum sab ek hai, we are all one. So this kind of philosophy is going on and people don't know what they're doing. So thanks to Srila Prabhupada, he gave us a lot of books and we have some conception, basic conception at least is clear to us.
Yeah, Prabhu, thanks to Srila Prabhupada. We wouldn't be sitting here if he was not there. So yeah, thanks to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Anshu?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat. Thank you
Hare
so much for the class. I just
Hare
have two little questions.
Yes.
So Shiva is like we consider him as the greatest devotee, and he's worshipping Krishna, of course, in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he has a form. But Shiva also comes as Shankaracharya and then teaches Mayavadi philosophy. Why would he teach Mayavadi? Because he can directly teach that Krishna is the supreme, and disappear illusion instead of creating more illusion, and making more khichdi of already the khichdi there.
So, this is explained in the Padma Puran that Lord Vishnu himself ordered Lord Shiva to preach the Mayavad philosophy. It's explained in Padma Puran, Mayavadam Ashashatram Prachannam Bodham Uchyate. Mayavad is covered Buddhism, and it is atheism, right? That everything is one and there's nothing beyond Brahma, Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. So this kind of misconception is there. And basically this was to bewilder the atheist. Because what happened is, there were a group of devotees and there were a group of atheists, all mixed up. People had no clear conception who's a devotee and who's not a devotee. It was all khichdi. So Lord wanted to segregate the population, to make a clear distinction. This is a group of devotee and these are the Mayavadis. These are the atheists. So Lord Shiva had to do that. So those who were atheists and those who had this Mayavad conception inbuilt, they followed Shankaracharya. So that a Vaishnava devotee, they get the opportunity to preach Vaishnavism and establish pure devotional service. So those who are seekers of pure devotional service, they will approach the Vaishnava Sampradaya, and those who are the seekers of Mayavad philosophy, they will go to the Mayavadi sannyasis or Mayavadi guru. So there will be a clear distinction, and then there will be no confusion. So Lord Vishnu had personally ordered Lord Shiva to preach Mayavad philosophy. So that is the only reason.
Okay, thank you so much.
Other Lord Shiva is himself. He spoke, he wrote Bhajagovindam, Mudamate, Samprapte, Sannihite Kale, right? That famous song is there, which was spoken by Adi Shankaracharya. And he then gave the conclusion that we have to chant the holy names of Govinda.
Yeah, true. And my second question is, Prabhuji, so Sankarshan expands into Mahavishnu and Mahashiv, and then also Brahmaji is a third eye had Rudra, right? So how is Rudra and Mahashiv related? I mean, because these are two different, right?
I explained to you, like see Mahavishnu, which glances over the material nature. That glance is Sadashiv. So that Sadashiv is between the spiritual world and material world. Way beyond the material world and before the spiritual world starts, there is a Sadashiv Lok. It's almost Vaikuntha where Lord Sadashiv resides. Sadashiv is Vishnu Tattva. Right? That Sadashiv expands and he enters into this universe, material universe as Rudra. And he comes to this material world through Brahma. Sometimes through Brahma or some other, sometimes it also comes through Vishnu's also. So Vishnu's eyebrow also he comes. Sometimes it comes through Brahma's eyebrow also. In Srimad Bhagavatam it mentions he came through Brahma's eyebrow. So that's how Lord Shiva enters into this material cosmic manifestation. Then he known as Rudra, 11 expansions. So that's what.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Deepeshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, and dear all devotees, Dandavat too. And very nice association with you, Prabhu, and wonderful, you sharing wonderful Shiva Kotha. And my question is, maybe it's funny, but still I ask you, that is Lord Shiva Abhishek, it is recommended to drink, because
What?
some temples say, oh, cannot drink, some people say drink, so.
Oh, that Abhishek Charanamartha of Lord Shiva. We should drink, why not? That is Mahaprasad.
Mahaprasad.
Yeah, it all depends upon the conception by which you are offering to Lord Shiva. If you are offering to Lord Shiva thinking that he's a pure devotee to the Lord, he's the greatest of all the Vaishnavas, and if I offer something, he will go to Krishna also and we'll get Mahaprasad. So that should be accepted. But if somebody is offering Lord Shiva thinking that Lord Shiva is the independent supreme personality of Godhead, then that prasad must not be taken. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Jai Dharma, he explains that the Vaishnava, they don't accept the prasad of the demigods. It's said in Jaya Dharma by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Why he says that? Because most of the demigod worshippers, they are Mayavadis, thinking that the demigods are independent of the Supreme Lord. So that is why that kind of prasad must not be accepted. But if you are offering to Lord Krishna and that prasad is given to Lord Shiva, or you are offering to Lord Shiva with this conception that he is a pure devotee of the Lord, as a Vaishnava you are offering to Lord Shiva, then you can accept.
Thank
So
you,
depends
Prabhu.
on what conception we have when we are offering.
Thank you so much. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare.
Prabhuji, two more questions, and I think we should finish.
Yeah, we can stop. Yes.
It's Madhumita Mataji has a question. Can we offer Tulsi Patra? It's a yeah, but you can answer that. Can we offer Tulsi Patra to Lord Shiva? Yes.
Same thing. Your conception must be clear. If you think the Lord Shiva, if you have this conception, the Lord Shiva is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, he is the greatest of all Vaishnavas, just like in Vyasa. During Vyasa Puja, when we offer bhoga, we offer bhoga before the picture of the spiritual master, or when spiritual master himself is present. We prepare so many items and we try to offer that to spiritual master. So spiritual master is not himself accepting that. It goes through the parampara to Radha and Krishna, and the bhoga is actually going there. So you will see all the bhoga offering kept before even the spiritual master has got tulsi leaf. So what a guru does is, he offers that bhoga to Krishna through the parampara, and that prasad comes back, and that Mahaprasad is given to the disciples. You will see in all the Vyasa Pujas. So similarly, we can offer to Lord Shiva with Tulsi, but with the conception that Lord Shiva is a pure devotee of the Lord, is the greatest of all the Vaishnavas, and I'm sure Lord Shiva will offer to Krishna. So we are offering to Krishna through Lord Shiva. So in that way it is correct. But if you think Lord Shiva is independent of the Supreme Lord, is equally the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then I'm offering Tulsi to him, then that will be an offense. So same thing, the conception has to be clear first.
And yes, now we have the last question from Madhurilla Mataji. I was following the sequence, Mataji, just letting you know. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji. I just had a quick question in regards to Rudras. If Prabhuji can elaborate a little bit more on Rudras, why there are 11 Rudras and what's the significance of so many Rudras?
I don't know what are the 11 Rudras, why the 11 Rudras are there, why not 12 or why not 10? There are 11 Rudras, that's what I know. And you can go to Chaitanya Charitamrita to know the details. If you just search out in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Veda base, and just try to see 11 Rudras. Prabhupada has explained the names of all the 11 Rudras are given there, and also the function of all 11 Rudras are given there. So you can go through that. But 11, why 11 Rudras is not there? Why not 10 or what? Why not 15? That I don't know. I have no idea. But you can go through Chaitanya Charitamrita and try to get the details. But there are 11 Rudras, no doubt.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, so thank you so much, Prabhuji. And just because we have all the congregation with us, in your one of the lectures that I was listening to, you mentioned that on festivals especially, it is recommended that, devotees, they have their own deities in the house. They should put them to sleep and attend temple programs, attend temple festival. So you want to elaborate a little bit more why temple festivals, or why temple is more important than deity worship at home?
Yeah, deity worship at home is good. We should not reject or stop it. But when it comes to festival or a very important day, let us all go to temple and celebrate the festival there. And because the deity in the temple is established by the acharyas, and those deities are of special significance. And when we go there, we get special blessings of the Lord. And those deities are very, very powerful deities. We should go there, and in congregation we should chant and dance before the deities, get special mercy of the Lord. And that's how, we become like temple is a place where you can offer your prayers. You can offer your prayers at home also, but temple is a special place. Just like if you can see the sound waves are there everywhere, is it not? The sound waves are everywhere, the picture is everywhere. But when we have a gadget like this, when we have the Zoom online going on, we can see all of you. Otherwise, how will I be able to see you? You are able to see me, I'm able to see you. Is it not because of this only? Na? So similarly, when we have a deity in the temple, when you go to the temple, then your prayer also goes very fast. So the temple is a place where all the activities are carried out for the pleasure of the Lord. And on the festival days, it is our prime duty to celebrate the festival nicely. Go there and chant and dance in the temple. Temple should always be in the center. The deities in the temple, they are very, very prominent deities established by our spiritual masters and the acharyas. So special importance should be given to them. And we should celebrate the festival altogether there. Hare Krishna.
Atmaram
Thank you.
Prabhu. Atmaram Prabhu. He is our temple president, Prabhuji.
Oh, Atmaram Prabhu, thank you very much for inviting me. I am honored that you invited me, and I don't know how to thank you, but if given opportunity, we'll find out someday, sometime to invite you here also in Delhi and seek your blessings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, thank you so much for your amazing lecture. It was very, very wonderful. And we also had a very large gathering hearing about you, Prabhu. So we really thank you for your time and effort. And we always hope that you can come back again to give us a nice class just like this, Prabhu. We really, really appreciate it on behalf of ISKCON Calgary. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for your blessings.
Prabhuji, before we let you go, this is our way of appreciating your presence and your blessings that you have rendered to us this evening. We will all be unmuting ourselves and chanting Mahamantra one time for Prabhuji for his better health, so that he keeps on showering such merciful blessings onto such fallen souls like us. And we hope next time I'll contact you, Prabhu, and we should have a session again. And we really enjoyed it. Everyone can unmute now, and all together. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you all for
Hare
joining.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you so much, Mohan.
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all for joining, and please tune in on Gaur Purnima. And as Prabhuji said, temple festivals are made for all the congregation. Temple is for us. We should all engage all the services that are available in the temple. Hare Krishna. If everyone can quickly just hold on. Okay, so thank you all for joining this evening. Just a request, as Prabhuji mentioned, there is no harm in offering milk to Lord Shiva and offering prasadam of Shri Radha Madhav. There is no harm. So next year when we celebrate Shivratri, we definitely seek your blessings. We definitely seek your assistance, your blessings, so that we can have the best mercy of Lord Shiva, so that we can get to Krishna. This is the process. If we don't seek blessings of Vaishnava, how can we get the blessings of Srimati Radharani and Krishna? And in such a way, such a big festival of ISKCON, Gaur Purnima is coming up. We ask everyone, to come together. This is our temple. Come together. We all unite for the pleasure of Shri Radha Madhav, Srila Prabhupada. That's all of my request and request from Atmaram Prabhu. Without you, this temple is nothing. This temple is meant for you. It's for you. And we need to come together and celebrate festivals grandly. Please, please, please pray to Shri Radha Madhav that this lockdown situation and COVID situation goes away very fast. I personally and Shri Radha Madhav personally is missing you all. We all want to see you. Shri Radha Madhav really, really is missing all his devotees. So please come together and see you all on Gaur Purnima. let's rock it, you know. So anything Atmaram Prabhu wants to share?
I would like to thank you, Prabhu, for organizing this such a nice class. So thank you, Prabhu. I know you worked
Happy
very hard.
everyone is enjoying, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very nice class, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Haribol.
And we also have a 24-hour kirtan on March 20th and 21st. So please keep an eye on the posters and calendars, and please join us for the festival. It's 24-hour kirtan, starting from 4 p.m. onwards. So please don't forget about that. And then Gaur Purnima is coming up on 28th. Of course, the lockdown is still there, so we'll have to figure out how to do all this festival. So it's a little bit of a task, and it's like a moving thing, you know. We always make mistakes on how to do it, but please be patient. And it's happening to us for the first time, so we don't even know how to do it, all this. So we try to make it better. Hopefully next festival will be even better than this. So I'm hoping that lockdown goes down very quickly too. It's been nothing but a headache to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all the Facebook viewers also. We had about 30 devotees watching Facebook online and about 40 on Zoom. So thank you all for tuning in, and see you next time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question.
Ji.
I'm joining from Edmonton. I
Yes.
usually attend Mangal Aarti through Vancouver ISKCON's web link. So is there a Zoom link for Mangal Aarti in Calgary?
No, Mataji, not at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll make it happen, don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. But yes, we have our Facebook live sessions, or even a Facebook Darshan. We have a Facebook WhatsApp, Darshan WhatsApp group. If you want to join, just DM me personally and I'll add you to the group. Thank you all. Hare Krishna. See you all next time. Haribol.